What's going on, guys? Roller here, and today we are looking at a game I've been very excited to cover. It's called Risk of Rain 2. It's available on Steam Early Access right now for $19.99. Honestly, I will come right out and say it. I suggest this. I highly suggest you get it if you've played the first one, but I think everyone should at least give this one a shot. So let's dive right into this. And what's the main difference between the first one and the second one? Well, the second one is 3D instead of a 2D environment. And that is just really cool to a guy like me because the first one was amazing in 2D, and just having it transferred over to 3D is quite amazing, honestly. And I think everyone should take a look at this just to see if they enjoy it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Who knows? That's the huge point of it, is you just don't know. But I'm going to try to talk about some specific points here, and maybe you guys might like it a little bit. So on the screen, right off the bat, what I'm doing is I'm going to show you guys a little bit of like the logs of the game. And the logs are just like detailed descriptions of monsters, maps, and stuff like that, and just the characters and everything. So you'll see that on screen for you. I was able to get that recorded for you and everything. So let's talk about some good points on the game. The transition from 2D to 3D had no real big effect on the game itself. The world itself still feels like the first one, which is good, because the first one was so immersive in the 2D environment. It feels just as immersive in the 3D environment. And like, I spent 27 hours now playing the game. I played it all weekend just to be able to record this for you tonight, and then I'm gonna post this up tomorrow morning and everything. The unlocks and the enemies are still really fun and entertaining for just the entire thing. Like, the progression with the game to unlock everything is quite wonderful, because you gotta do certain tasks to do it, and you'll see that in like the challenge tab and everything. And then you'll unlock items from doing those tasks, so it makes future runs easier and everything, which is very important, because I think my longest run now has been just about an hour and a half. I had it going, and honestly, it was one of the best runs I've had. I had plenty of items and everything, and the only reason I even messed up was because I got pulled. My face got pulled away from the screen, so I couldn't actually sit here and pay attention. But other than that, it was great. It worked really well. I mean, I had no complaints. My favorite character, just for those who don't know, is the Huntress. The Huntress suits my playstyle better. You get the attack speed up, you get the attack damage up, and you can go ham on her. And then if you add in some running speed with that, it'll make your job a whole lot easier. Well, with this environment, I do feel it's even more immersive than the 2D version, because the 2D version, you were just kind of a character running across your screen. This one, you are the character. It puts you right behind, right above the head, where I like to be on a character. Like, the Assassin's Creed games do it perfectly as well. Just right where the camera's at, I feel like that's perfect, because it's not first person, but it's just a little bit like third person. Third person, I think it's what it's called. But it works really well for the game, and I think all in all it's pretty good. But I did touch on all the other characters, the engineer and other things, and every one of them have their own little quirks about them. Certain ones I feel are definitely a necessity if you do a multiplayer run, but as a single player person, for the most part, the Huntress just works really well for me. Well, let's jump into the bed, and let's remember, first off, it's still early access, so some of these things very well could change from the point that I'm talking about them right now to the point where the game is actually fully released. First off, as far as I've noticed, the enemy's projectiles can hit you anywhere across the map. One of them is like the Beetle Queen. You can be standing on like the other side of the map, and that boss spawns up over here, and you've ran over there. Her projectiles can come and hit you, and that stuff can really hurt, especially late game, which is no fun. Uh, There are some enemies that I just feel that are very like OP, even to like a veteran like myself, because I've put 252 hours on the first game. Um, but this one, just right now, some of the characters and enemies aren't just tuned to spec. Like the magma worm for the huntress is terrible. I'll speak from experience because I hate the magma worm. I've gotten a little bit better. I've fought quite a few of them now, and I know generally what to do, but they're still difficult because they go up and they go down, and in a 3D environment, it just doesn't work well because if you're not facing the right way, you're not attacking the right thing, which sucks. And then just basic glitches. I've noticed a couple things, like I've almost fallen through a floor, but it was just more like a glitch real quick, and I was able to keep going. Just some basic glitches that I've encountered were pretty bad, but nothing game breaking at this point, which is fine. I mean, that's good. I like that. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, guys, for this game, I definitely recommend it for people. Even people who haven't tried it. Like I said, over the weekend, I put in 27 hours or so, and I think it was well worth it. I didn't hate a minute of it. Last night I spent most of the night playing. Throughout last week through work and everything, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, let's just jump right into here. And for the difficulty, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because, I mean, the difficulty's there. It's not like a Dark Souls game or anything like that. But the longer you go, the longer it's gonna be. The harder it's gonna be, I should say. Because you go through all the difficulties and everything. Because even though you start on, like, let's say medium difficulty or whatever, there's the easy, medium, hard, and then there's like you go down and there's ha 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 ha, which is like the last difficulty, which enemies hit very hard. It's very hard to stay alive. You got to be fully aware of your surroundings, all that kind of stuff. And if you're not, you're gonna die. And that sucks because there's no respawn, so you're gonna have to restart the game. And as of right now, I've done, I don't know how many, the farthest amount. I haven't got there's a special unlock to where if you do, I think, 20 levels in one run, you unlock an item. I haven't got that yet, so I definitely haven't gone that far, but I think I've done like 15 to 16 in one run, which either way, it's still pretty good. But you get down to that far and you die, it just sucks. It really sucks, guys. So all in all, I'll give it a difficulty 8 out of 10 because it's not difficult at the start, but progression-wise, it is. The creativity of the game, because it's still Risk of Rain, like it's the first one. They didn't do too many different things. The levels still feel like the previous levels and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I'm giving it a 7 just for the fact that they've switched from 2D to 3D, and that's very creative of them, and how they've done some workarounds with some of the items so far. I mean, they've done really well with this, and as of right now, I'm going to say the replayability of the game is 9 out of 10, which is still pretty good for me, in my opinion, because the replayability is there, and trust me, there's going to be another one of these on this game as soon as it actually releases and everything, because I want you guys to know what it's about, what it's like, and if I can get a better system up and going by that time, hopefully I can actually record some gameplay for you and not be doing these kind of videos where you just stare at the main screen sort of thing. But I'm working on it. There's a lot that's going on right now. Like, I'm trying to get stuff set up. I'm trying to do things because I've been really enjoying this. I think I've made 5-6 videos now or so, and I like setting aside time to just sit here and give my opinion on things. Whether they've been crappy videos in the past, I'm trying to upgrade, like, from after my third video, which was Train Valley or whatever, I got a new mic because I realized the mic I was working with was crap. So I might go back and actually redo Sekiro and just change that one up a little bit, but nonetheless, kind of rambling here. But Risk of Rain 2, all in all, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for the game itself, just for the fact that the game is really good, and it's difficult, it's creative, and there's a lot of replayability here, which is very good. I mean, the replayability is very important for games, because if you spend even $5 on a game and you only get an hour of gameplay for it, I don't feel like your money's worth it. My main goal when I buy a game, whether it's a $5 game to a $60 game, is if when I sit down and play it, I can play it for the amount of hours that I've spent dollars. So if I buy a $20 game and I can play 20 hours on it, I think that game's a well worth investment because I enjoyed it to a point that I played it that long. Now, of course, it's always good when you go above that. I mean, like I said, this is a $20 game, and I've gone to 27 hours in just over a little week. See? And I know other games that I've played have gone to ridiculous points. I mean, the next video I'm planning here, I'm going to have a ridiculous amount of hours on it, and I only paid, at the time I bought it, was like $20 also, and it's just been one of those games that I've played so much of, that I've enjoyed so much of, that it's done me well. So I like the way all this stuff is going, guys, and I hope you are too. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and leave a couple comments down below. Let me know what things I can improve on. Just anything. Like, tell me you hate the content. Tell me you want to see this certain game or another game. Just let me know, and I will try my best to fix it and do what I can. And hit that like button if you liked it. Hit that dislike button if you disliked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And thank you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.